Hey guys, what's going on? This is Unknosuke, and we're back with part 2 of this Frozen Castle thing. This time we're actually going to go out of this section and go into the right door this time. And that correct door is not the door that I opened with the red dot, like I was thinking at the time. It's actually this door over on the right. Remember when I said to note that door and how it's important? Yeah, this is where the blue dot door is, so. The blue-eye door is, so we're gonna go ahead and enter there now.
Use blue eye? Give it a try.
Okay, so we've opened the blue door and we can continue on. And immediately we have another person to rescue. Janitor Sloppy Joe. Alright, we got another 5 BP for our BP meter. We're gonna continue on. You know, before we get iced by an ice plant here. Ellen, look, there's a mimic. Yeah, get too close to a mimic and it will shock you, if you hadn't noticed already. These things right here you can actually absorb a power from. And the power you get from them is hurl. Basically, you have to grab an enemy first, then press the circle button, and you throw them into orbit. It's nice. Costs 8 PP, and no matter what enemy you pick up, it's an instant kill. So, alright. Remember earlier when I said that you have to have the L goggles? This is why. The red shoes are actually the legendary shoes. You can now walk on ice without slipping. If you did not have the L goggles here, you'd have to go all the way back to the village just so you can progress in this dungeon. It's kind of annoying, and it takes up a lot of time, so before you come here, make sure you get the L goggles. As I said before, no excuse for not having them right now. And again, we get map. Okay, so we've explored all but 2 areas in this place, so just go ahead and go to the right one. Whew. Excuse me. And see, if we didn't have the L shoes, we'd be sliding down that right now. And I start going through my inventory and start getting rid of stuff. And I go with the H mint because, well, I'm getting tired. So why not? And I also noticed that there is a treasure chest down here, which is the reason why I went in there in the first place. And we got red cloth. And what is it? It's E-undies. Yeah. Yeah, it's underwear. Gross. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, and we come into our second ice maze, and it's filled with mimics. And as I said before, they mimic everything except your Lumina attacks, including being able to throw out fusion, so you have to be careful with how you throw it out. But we get cloned from them. What it does is it allows us to make a temporary clone of ourselves. It'll attract enemies, and by pressing circle a second time, you will actually be able to make it explode. And if you hit an enemy with it, most enemies will actually die instantly from it. Unfortunately, this is only a single-use move, so yeah, be careful. You can't hurt yourself with the explosion, but, you know, use it wisely. Anyway, we make our way to the top of the maze here in order to grab yet another item. Yet, unfortunately for me, I have to free some inventory space again. See, this is what I keep telling you guys. This is why I keep harping on this. Before you come here, make sure you have a decently open inventory. Because the 3 items you have to collect in here make inventory management a bit of a hassle. And following the pattern, we got B undies, which I'm expecting are Ben's underwear. Great. You know, following this pattern, eventually we're gonna run into a pair of underwear we actually want to keep. At least, that's what my anime mind is telling me. Anyway, let's continue on to where we are supposed to go. Oh, hello. There's actually a person to rescue here. It's musician Al Forte. Eventually, I'll talk to all the musicians and have the layers and have all the layers of the theme of the castle that's supposed to be there. It actually is a pretty good song once you get all the layers there. Yeah, this maze does have a couple of dead ends that make meeting enemies and dealing with them kind of irritating. Frickin' clone. Anyway, if you didn't absorb clone from right then, you should have absorbed it right there, because this next room is the room with the green eye. And the green eye, its victory condition is, may the clone have victory. Meaning, you have to use clone, you have to get him to try to lift it, and then cause it to explode, killing him. If you kill him normally, you have to exit the room and start again. He's kind of a danger in this room. As you can see, there's a lot of spikes here. But as I mentioned earlier, you can actually melt these spikes with the fire scroll. You can also walk through them with steel, but you know, you get to use fire and you melt them. Come on, it's fun!
Man, I'm
And I
curious.
have to do inventory management yet again! Thankfully, I won't have to do it as much after I use it on the final door. So this time, I use a biscuit, because anything else would be shooting myself in the foot. Alright, so we got the green eye. And as you saw earlier, maybe, if you were paying attention, we already ran into the green eye door. And that door is meant to simply be the quickest way out of here. I don't know what it is, but I always get caught by that particular clone every single time, even though I know it's there. I don't get it. Okay, seriously, that was one seriously strong clone. It should have died. I did well over 700 damage to it. It should have died already. Anyway, while I'm here, while I don't have a power, stupid clones. Ugh. And that steel rock monster, whatever it is. I don't know what it's called. We'll figure it out later. But anyway, while I'm here, and I have an open slot, I'm going to go ahead and show you another power from these Haya Wolves. And that power, if I can manage to get it, come on, there we go. If I manage to get that, that is Dropkick. It's one of the most fun moves in the game to use. Uses 4 BP, makes you do a Dropkick. If you notice the graphic, it was like Bruce Lee. Kind of cool. Not very useful against clones if you're at the wrong distance or you don't have invincibility frames. But if you manage to get him knocked down, you can pretty much kill him with it. And most likely he will drop BP, so you can revive, so you can restore the amount of BP you used trying to take him down. And there's a green eye door. We can get out the easy way.
Use green eye? Give it a try.
Okay, so we've actually made it out to the to this part here. We'll take out this ice flower because why not? And I leveled up Lumina for some reason. Okay, I'm cool with that. Okay, so the penguin bots are taken care of. I don't know if that's their actual name, but whatever. And, you know, just for the hell of it, we're gonna go ahead and take on these Haya wolves. Just because it's fun to use their own attack against them. It's like a good mirror match in a fighting game. Whoever has the better character that you're using, you know, it's fun. Anyway, I accidentally went back into this room here, and we're gonna go ahead and continue on, because I had my fun. Okay, so now we can go up that, okay, never mind. What we're going to be doing is I'm going to show you exactly what this thing is right here. After taking out that flower, because it is dangerous, yet it spawns instantly. It's a memory box. That's what this box is, if you were wondering.
Nah, I can handle it.
Alright, so now we can climb up this stairwell here that we couldn't before because it was super slippery. Now we have this last door here.
Whoa! Hard as a rock! Must be a way to open it somehow.
And there is. Basically,
Whoa! Hard...
Yes, we know. Basically, we need to actually melt the ice on the door with the fire scroll. And look at all those recesses. Come on, you gotta know what's happening next.
3 cavities. Maybe if I insert the red eye, blue eye, and green eye... whatever.
And it opened up the door, and we never see those 3 eyes again. Awesome. So now we have 3 free slots in our inventory. For those of you wondering why I keep swinging my sword, yeah, I've been playing some Final Fantasy lately, and as some of you may know, pressing triangle opens up the menu instead of starting in this game. Oh, and look what we got! We got a blue cloth! Ooh, what is it? It's Topo's hanky. Yep, totally expecting that to be something different. You know, maybe that was a translation, maybe that was something they censored in the translation. You know, like the alcohol with the bar? Maybe? I don't know. I'm sure somebody will, you know, let us know later on in the thread. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Anyway, this thing right here is actually another memory box. And unlike what I usually do, I'll go ahead and leave my memories here.
Leave my memories here.
Again, since I'm emulating this game, I won't really need it, but still, it's a thought that counts. Okay, so in order to open this door, we gotta light those torches, and since we have the fire scroll, it'd be very easy to do. A thing about the fire scroll that I always found really weird, if you use triangle instead of the square, you will actually use your flame and action meter far faster than you would normally. And so, after we take a short nap to restore our tiredness and some of our health, we're gonna go in and take on this boss. And also, I'm going to shut up because this is a good song. Alright, so we're here in this boss arena, and now what we have to do is melt these icicles and move on. You can melt them, you know, just enough to jump over them, or we can melt them completely. But here he is. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the to the Frost Dragon, who is the Fire Crest Guardian. I want to point out something. The thieves were pretty much situated in a place where they could have prevented Musashi from actually unlocking the scrolls. Or unlocking the Fire Crest. I mean, if they had stayed here, they would have made this a lot more difficult for us to get through. But oh well. I'm gonna go ahead and beat this Frost Dragon, get the Fire Scroll. Not the Fire Scroll, the Fire Crest. Jeez. And move on with our daily lives. If you're wondering why I just segued into that subject, it's because this first part of this boss fight really isn't all that interesting. The Frost Dragon flies around, and what you have to do is you actually have to tag him with your Fire Scroll enough to where he actually says, okay, we're going to go ahead and continue on. And it's not yet. You have to be careful though, because if you touch him, you get an instant 28 damage and you get frozen. Yeah. Be very, very careful. You do not want to get touched by this thing. Oh, there we go. And now we continue on. And when that error shows up, you better start moving. Because this, unlike the other platform that we have with these icicles, are actually, it's actually a platform of glass. And as you may hear, or see, Frost Dragon is shattering this bridge very quickly. The point is here, you have to actually melt these just enough so you can double jump over them. Because, as you can see, shattering bridge, drop of doom, which will kill you instantly. Trust me, it will kill you instantly. At least that's how I remember it. Anyway, once you reach here, the fight actually begins proper. He has 3 different attacks that he does. He has this lunging attack, which will freeze you instantly. He has these icicles that he spits out. And then he has the ice beam. Now, what I'm doing right now is basically me getting lucky. Basically, in order to dodge that ice attack, frequently, you have to start in the center and watch where he shoots the beam. Because if you don't, you'll end up running right to where he's going to launch that beam. Anyway, after he launches the beam, or when he does a lunging attack, you have an opportunity to tag him with the Fire Scroll. Once you tag him enough, you'll fall over and expose his core. After exposing his core, get ready to double jump because he will sweep attack you, which does a more painful 45 damage than this one of just, you running into him. But in order to get him while he's lunging, you have to be ready with the Fire Scroll. Another broad sweep. Another opportunity to tag him with it. Again, with the Fire Scroll, you want to use square instead of triangle because triangle will actually drain your meter faster than square will. I don't know if it's random or if you have to do it, but it does that, yeah. This is why you have to wait in the center, because if you go to the wrong side, he will completely cover that area first before swooping over. I did not do so well during this boss fight, because this is the first time I had played this boss fight in like 4 or 5 years. I keep telling myself I need to do practice runs, but I did all this in one take, so I didn't want to expend the effort to go back and do it again. Plus I feel it's more raw this way. Maybe. Okay, so he falls over, and I switch my, I do the technique that I learned in this thread. Yeah, 15, yeah. Playing this game for a long time and never knowing that it just made me facepalm and say, oh, that wasted time. Anyway, I'm debating right here whether or not to use the EX drink and just continue on as I am to see if I can make it harder on myself. I decided, yeah, I'll go ahead. Again, you must be ready for that. You will get tagged every single time if you're not ready for it. Anyway, he's going to lunge again, and I miss him again. He goes kind of crazy with these icicles in the third part of the fight. Also, I'm going to illustrate a lesson here for me just playing this like this. If you have the opportunity to heal yourself and you think it might be worth it to do so, do it. Because don't play like me. If you're going to die, heal yourself. Especially if you don't have an S revive, like I do. Because right here, if I didn't have the S revive, bam, I would have just died right there. But the S revive fully heals your BP and HP, so you're back to full fighting strength and everything. I wanted to use it right then because, well, that frees up a space in my inventory. And basically, from what I'm going to do from now on, at least I hope I have set it up this way, I'm going to play the rest of this game without an S revive. But anyway, we just beat the Frost Dragon. Now, some of you may be asking the question, well, he shattered the bridge. How are we going to get back? Well, I'll show you. Okay, we collect this core. We liberate it. We increase our BP by 25. Everything's cured already. And we use this painting here. Painting was a teleporter. Hey, we've seen stranger things in this game than a painting being a teleportation device. But anyway, that's Frost Palace completed. And to show you what the entire map looks like, I'm going to grab it one more time. Map, I mean. We can come back here at any time, we wish. But really not all that worth it. Unless you miss something. But there's a complete map. And with that, we take our leave.
Well, back to the village.
And that ends this part of the chapter. So, as the dawn rises, Musashi heads back to the palace, and I will see you next time for Chapter 5. See you later.
I am disappointed in you two. You didn't think that I'd forget that incident, did you?
Please forgive us, sir. We will not disappoint you in the future, Colonel.
Yeah. You saved us from poverty. We won't ever forget that, even if we wanted to.
Even if you wanted to?
What he means is that even if we were low enough to want to forget, we couldn't. Isn't that right, Ben?
Yeah, that's it. I didn't mean that I wanted to forget.
Silence! Presently, Ginger Ale and Bubbles are out searching for Musashi. There's no need to worry about those frivolous sisters. Depending on Topo's situation, we will change our tactics accordingly. Be prepared.
It's your chance to be promoted, sir. I will do my best.
Yeah, me too. We'll show them your power.